That's probably backwards, isn't it? But it says, of course you care. Of course you care. So what I mean by this, of course you care about what other people think. Of course you care about what other people are going to think in terms of turning up to a group maybe where you don't know anyone, or starting your own challenge, or going to the gym for the first time, or starting swimming again, or starting running again. Like a classic thing is a lot of people, they have started running during these last couple of months, and they were worried, they cared about what other people were going to think when they stepped out the door and they were in their running gear, and they started their running and they were like, oh, I wonder what they're going to think. And a lot of people made the mistake of letting that stop them. And I want to say that it is totally natural to want to care, and not only want to care, but to actually care about what other people think. But the crux, the key is that yes, you do care about what other people think, but you care more about actually seeing it through. So, case in point, you may have cared about what other people were going to say or think when you stepped out the door to go running, but then you cared more about the great way you were going to feel afterwards, so you went out for that run. Or you cared about what people were going to think or say when you went to the gym for the first time, and there were all these different people that you suddenly had to spend your time with, be them the grunters, the skinny people, the ones that just sit on the treadmill texting, or the ones that are taking selfies of themselves, or the ones that you think are talking about you when you've got your back turned. All of those different people. Like, there's always going to be someone out there that may be thinking about you, but in all honesty, in reality, they're always thinking about themselves. They're all worried about what other people are going to think. Like, if you stick two people in a room, they're both thinking about what other people are going to think, rather than being or having the mental capacity to actually start judging other people or judge you because they're worried about what other people are thinking. But the point is, they care more about the fact that they want the benefits out of it, right? They care more about the results that they're going to get. So if you want to feel fitter, healthier, and happier, yes, care about what other people think, but you are going to care more about the long-term benefits that you're going to get by doing the stuff, by eating better, by getting more sleep, by drinking more water, by showing up, by going to the gym, by joining that class, by having that initial call or talk with someone who's offering to help you, by doing something different ultimately. Because what these last few months have shown us is that to stay fit and healthy, you don't necessarily need all of those things that you traditionally thought you needed to stay fit and healthy, like the gyms, right? I know so many people that have stayed fit and healthy and are going to come out of these past few months fitter and healthier and happier than they were before. And the reason for that is not the gyms and studios, right? It's not about not having access to the thing. It's about your behavior that you've had over these last few months, right? All of that stuff works. It's just your behavior, because your behavior is dictated by your habits, and your habits are what you do on a micro level in terms of from day to day and your everyday decisions that you make. Okay, so going back to my rant about, of course, you caring, which is probably still backwards on your screen, you have to care. Like, you wouldn't be human if you didn't care about what other people thought. Like, we're naturally wired to worry and care about that stuff, about what other people think. But ultimately, you are the master of your own body. You are the master of your own mind, and you can't let that stop you. Okay, you cannot let that stop you. I am now 40 years old. There, I've said it out loud. I'm 40 years old, and quite frankly, I'm getting to the stage now where I'm like, there's only really my body that I'm going to be experiencing. I'm not going to be experiencing anyone else's body in terms of the aches and pains, and if I get unhealthy or unfit, then no one else is going to experience that except myself, right? So yes, I may care about what other people might think of me when I'm donning the running shorts and going out like a madman running around the race course, but I care way more for the fact that I want to stay fit and healthy for all of the rest of my life, and so that ultimately I get as close as I can to my definition of being fit and healthy, because that's going to differ from person to person. But my definition of being fit and healthy and happy is having a body, having a mind, having a life that means that I can just do what I want to do with my body in terms of, you know, go for that run, run up the hill without getting out of breath, at the drop of a hat, just go and jump on the bike and cycle for 6 hours or whatever it is, okay? Each person's definition of fit and healthy is going to differ, and it's ultimately about caring about that, caring about how close you get to that definition of yours, of your own health and fitness, okay? So yes, in summary, care about what other people think, but care more about what you want to get out of it and how you want to feel in the long run.